Made a gold statue 90 feet tall and 9 feet wide. And set it up on the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Then he sent messages to the princes, the prefects, the governors, the advisors, the counselors, judges, magistrates, and all the provincial officials to come to dedication of the statue he had set up. When all these officials had arrived and were standing before the image King Nebuchadnezzar had set up, a herald shouted. Where's my herald?
Shout.
Hang on. I lost my place here. People of all races and nations and languages, listen to the king's command. When you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipes, and other instruments, bow to the ground to worship King Nebuchadnezzar's gold statue. Anyone who refuses to obey will immediately be thrown into a blazing furnace. Alright. So at the sound of the musical instruments, one man band, come on. Be creative as you want. One man band, here we go. So at the sound of the instruments, all the people, whatever their race or nation or language, bow to the ground and worship the statue.
Mazel tov!
Listen up. But some of the astrologers went to the king and informed on the Jews. They said to Nebuchadnezzar, "Long live the king." Where's my Jews at? Jew.
Long live the king.
All right. You issued a decree requiring all the people to bow down and worship the gold statue when they hear the sound of the musical instruments. That decree also states that those who refuse to obey must be thrown into a blazing furnace. You should be talking to the king. Just pretend like you're talking to the king. But there are some Jews, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You guys want to take a You're up there.
Should we go up there?
Just, yeah, here we go, right there, here we go. Whom they put in charge of the province of Babylon. They have defiled your majesty by refusing to serve your God. So you guys should be like, yeah, do you go? All right, here we go. All right. Then Nebuchadnezzar flew into a rage and ordered Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to be brought before him, which you're already there. Don't worry about it. When they were brought in, Nebuchadnezzar said to them, "Is it true that you refuse to serve my gods or to worship the gold statue I have set up?" You should be pretending to talk. "I will give you one more chance. If you bow down and worship the statue I have made, when you hear the sound of the musical instruments, all will be well. But if you refuse, you'll be thrown immediately into the blazing furnace. What God will be able to rescue you from my power then?" So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied, "Oh Nebuchadnezzar, you should be talking to him. We do not need to defend ourselves before you. If we're thrown into the blazing furnace, the God whom we serve is able to save us. He will rescue us from your power, your majesty. But even if he doesn't, your majesty can be sure that we will never serve your gods or worship the gold statue you have set up." So Nebuchadnezzar was furious. Yes.
I'm tired.
He commanded that the furnace be heated 7 times hotter than usual. All right. She's not, you actually can't see her. She's an angel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw her.
All right. Then he ordered some of the strongest men of his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and throw them into the blazing furnace.
No! Out! The furnace is right here.
The furnace is right back there. Throw them in the furnace. Back there. They're back there. Go. In the furnace. All right. So he tied them up in the furnace fully clothed, which thankfully, because we didn't want anybody to get naked. It doesn't say that. That's not a paraphrase. All right. And because the king, in his anger, had demanded such a hot fire in the furnace, the flames leaped and killed the soldiers as they threw them in, so you died.
Yes! Is the bad guy too?
All right, so Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, securely tied, fell down in the roaring flames. But suddenly, as he was watching, Nebuchadnezzar jumped up in amazement and exclaimed to his advisors, "Didn't we tie up 3 and throw them into the furnace?" So you're looking in the furnace. You notice 4 people in the furnace, which kind of freaks you out.
Hey, where's
yes, they said.
Other one?
We did indeed, your majesty. "Look," Nebuchadnezzar shouted, "I see 4 men unbound walking around in the fire." So you should be kind of walking around a little bit.
It's kind of hard to.
No, not in there. The furnace is just right over here.
Oh!
I didn't say it was in the drum pit. You all went in there. It's just like right there. Just
Well, he threw me. So.
All right. Then Nebuchadnezzar came as close as he could to the flaming furnace door. He shouted, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out!"
Come out! Hi. Hola.
Then the princes, prefects, governors, advisors crowded around them and saw that the fire had not touched them. So everybody should be looking at them. And that their clothing was not scorched. They didn't even smell of smoke. Then Nebuchadnezzar said, "Praise to the God of Shadrach." Get on your knees. King, get on your knees. They defiled the king's commands and were willing to die rather than serve God. Therefore, I make this decree. If any people, whatever their race or nation or language, speak a word against the God of them, they will be torn limb from limb, and their houses will be crushed into heaps of rubble. There's no other God who can rescue like this. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to even higher positions in the province of Babylon. Yay! The end! Everybody bow. Everybody bow. All right, good job. Everybody back over here.